Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. I'm going to talk about tassels, and I'm going to show you my little tassel collection right here. I don't have a lot, and I've picked these up here and there, and these right here, the green ones, I bought, I think, in a discount store, and I didn't pay a lot for them. But normally when you see tassels that are really fancy like this is either plastic tops or wood tops, I'm not quite sure. And they can be very expensive. But I got them in a discount store, so I didn't pay a lot for them. You can go into Joann Fabrics and Crafts and find tassels like this made by Wrights. And then you can also find at Joann's these tassels that are used as a tie to hold your draperies back. So you wrap it around a drapery panel, pull it back, and kind of in a swag. This one here was actually on a tote bag I used to have, and it was wrapped around the handles of the tote bag. Well, when I wore the tote bag out, I threw it away, but I kept the tassels because I thought they were pretty cool and I can use them on something else. Now you can make your own tassels, and you can create some very unique ones. So you can even put beautiful beads, wooden beads, glass beads, sparkly things. In your tassels you can use all types of threads and yarns to create these gorgeous little tassels. Now I'm going to show you the method that I use for putting the tassel at the end of a pointed table runner. When I make a table runner that's pointed, and in a previous tip of the week, I went over how to make it pointed at the end. What I do is I have my fabric that's on the back and my fabric that's on the top. Front sides are together. And you have it all pinned, and you're stitching a 1/4 inch seam around it. But you have an opening on the side so that you'll be able to turn it front side out. But down here, I leave on one side of the point, I leave a small little opening, maybe a 1/2 inch, to where I can put the tassel in. If you try to place the tassel in at this point, there's not enough room down there in that point for that tassel to fit comfortably. So to turn it front side out, you're going to reach in through your opening and begin pulling it out through that opening. Once you have it all out, then you want to flatten your edges. You want to go to the ironing board and press everything nice and flat. To put the tassel in, at the end, I will put a small safety pin. And down here where you see it's yellow, that's where the opening is. You're going to push it in through that opening and pull it to wherever you want it to be, and push it over towards the point. Then I will take a couple of straight pins and I will hold it in place. Then, while your hand is on the inside of your table runner, undo the safety pin and pull it out through where your opening is. Then you're going to go ahead, close your opening, place some pins there to keep it closed. Then from the outer edge, you're going to stitch 1/8 of an inch all the way around the entire table runner. And that stitch will hold your tassel in place. So let me show you an example of one that I made. This table runner I actually made for an accent table that's near my front door. And this is going to hang over the edges, and so this will dangle out on the side of the accent table. Before I put my tassel in, I added 3 wooden beads. So you can make your tassels very, very decorative. Now this is a tassel maker. It's actually a really nice little gadget that you can use to help you make different sizes of tassels. And this is the back of the package. It gives you all kinds of instructions. Now, I'm not very good at demonstrating this because of my right hand doesn't close. So I would not be able to demonstrate it for you. But I was using it, and it worked out okay for me. But because of my hand issues, I didn't get very successful at it. But the Clover Company, this is the Clover Tassel Maker, has an excellent tutorial on YouTube. So just go in and search for Clover Tassel Maker. Make sure you watch the tutorial that the company actually made, and it will have the name, the Clover Company, there. And it will give you suggestions on the type of threads you can use. They will also demonstrate another nice little gadget called the Thread Twister, where you can make really fancy loops on it. This no-sew pillow, my fabric is 36 inches wide. So I took a yard of my fabric that I already had in my stash, and then between the selvage edges, I cut it in half. So I've got this large piece here. Now to use for your stuffing on the inside, this is polyester batting, a small crib size. You can use this, or you can take a towel and roll it also to make the inside of the pillow. So before you do this part, you want to take your fabric and you're going to fold the edges in, and I folded them in 6 inches. Depending on how wide everything is, you might be folding it in 8 inches, but at least 6. Okay, then, and press it with your iron. This is really fast. Then at each end, fold it over again about 1 inch and press. Then take either your towel or this polyester batting, which comes in a package, and just roll it up really tight like this. And then take one edge and center it, okay? And I actually could have brought this fabric in just a little bit more. You can bring it right up to the edge of your towel or your polyester batting, and then you make sure it's straight, fold this over, okay, then take your other edge and fold it over. And then once you've got it fold over, then you can take straight pins to just temporarily hold it in place. So place straight pins across this edge. So I've just finished pinning my edge down, and this is what it looks like. Now this is just temporary, putting these pins here. Then take these drapery tie backs, and I bought mine at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. Gather the end up and wrap the tassel around the end a bunch of times, and then tie it in a knot. When you're done, you can kind of fluff up the ends a little bit if you like. Now, if you've got a lot of kids in your house, this is not the pillow for that, because they'll get a hold of it and you know what they're going to do. They're going to throw it all over the place. But this is nice to use as just a little accent pillow maybe on your bed. And also, by the way, I removed the pins from the seam. So it's really a cute pillow, really quick to make, and I think looks really, really nice. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week and you try working with some tassels. If you've made tassels, share with everyone in the comments section what kind of tassels you made, what kind of threads did you use, and what items or projects you put them on. I'm sure everyone will find it interesting what you do. Now, if you're interested in other tips of the week, I have a lot of them. You want to scroll down to the description section. So as you're scrolling down, you'll see the words show more or the down arrow. Click on either one of those and it will expand open, and keep scrolling and you will see all kinds of links appearing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.